Hey guys, it's Megan. I am coming to you hopefully from our live YouTube channel. If not, this has just been posted on Facebook instead. I just really wanted to have kind of a candid conversation about why I did join the Synergence train so far late into the game, it seems like for me, and just kind of tell you about my story thus far in hopes that it might resonate with you, because it seems like a lot of people are in my position. I'm not an early adopter by any means. I mean, when Facebook came out, I was a senior in high school and you could only get in Facebook with a college email. And everyone got on Facebook and I thought, this is so stupid. Like, this is so dramatic. Our high school is fresh off the Zanga trend. So like kind of mini blogs of super passive aggressive comments to each other. So I thought Facebook is so dumb. I'm not getting on. I didn't get a Facebook till my sophomore year of college after everyone else, or my second semester, my freshman year, after everyone had already been on for almost a year. I did the same with Instagram. I'm still not on Snapchat. So believe me when I say I am no early adopter. So it took me forever to come around to the thought of LipSense anyway. We all joke that my husband immediately discredits everything else that's super popular that everyone else is doing. And some of that might have rubbed off on me from him. So it seems like all of my girlfriends were wearing lip stints, and I thought, why in the world would I need any more lipsticks? I actually used to work for MAC for about 4 years, MAC Cosmetics, and I thought, I have every MAC shade under the rainbow. Like, there's no shade I don't have. There's no reason why I need a whole new lip process and lip product. And so I said, no, no, no. About a year ago, I was moving out a client, or about a half a year ago, and I even saw her stock. Didn't ask her about it because I thought, I don't need this. It's not for me. And honestly, I just, like I said, I was so, I want to say hell-bent on no, no, no. And I just kind of want to tell you like what my hesitations were and why I said no first, so that you'll truly believe me more of why I said yes later. So like I said, I told you at the beginning, I already had enough lipstick. There's no product that I don't have. I don't need it. It's fine. And honestly, like the thought of being a direct marketer terrified me, of having that label attached to my name and having people tell me or think of me as like some sort of sucker that got sucked in. Oh, they reeled you in, they got you. That was paralyzing to me. And it still actually, if I'm being honest, kind of is. The thought of people's opinions about what I'm doing, and I own an events company, which is my baby, outside of my actual baby. And I didn't want it to compromise that business aspect. And I was thinking about it too much from the realm of what anyone else was going to think when I tell them, hey, I have this available, this awesome product for sale. And I was so afraid of them, thinking, oh, they got you. They totally got you. Someone hook, line, and sinkered. They got you in a pyramid scheme. And until yesterday, even, I watched a video of a super excited, albeit a little intense, LipSense girl talking about how much she hates the word pyramid schemes, and that actually pyramid schemes are illegal because they recruit people to sell a product that doesn't exist. Well, LipSense is very real, and it is a direct marketing company, meaning that Synergence is, not LipSense specifically, Synergence is, that it spends minimal or no money on advertising in traditional avenues like TV, magazines, stuff like that, and uses its distributors instead of having storefronts, in malls or freestanding stores, uses its independent distributors to kind of get their products out. Other distributors kind of like that, direct marketing companies, some tried and true, really proven ones, people like Pampered Chef or Tupperware. Mary Kay has been around for a long, long time. So there's a handful of really successful direct marketing companies, and Synergence is honestly on its way up there, that they have incredible proven products and are in their momentum phase. And I'll get to that in the yes phase in a little bit. But it seemed like from where I live, I'm from Oklahoma City, there was an overwhelming number of people that already sold it. A handful of my best friends and the trickled out people that I knew well enough to buy it from, but even weren't my close friends, still sold it. And I thought, what possible market share is there left for me? There's no one left to sell it to. There's no one left to hop on a team or to kind of explain the awesome opportunity to, because everyone's already heard it and they've decided no, or they've decided yes and they're already doing it. So who is left? And my sponsor is actually my best friend. So she's my immediate upline. And she said, you would be so shocked at the reach that you have. And she told me that, not even trying to get me on her team. In fact, she told me reasons why I didn't have time, which I'm thinking now is kind of like reverse psychology. She told me that I couldn't do it. So then I thought, oh, I'll show you. No, I'm just kidding. But she really didn't try to recruit her best friends. And that was very appealing to me. But like I said, it was the thought of everyone else already doing it, everyone else already having it, me not having a share in this tiny market of where I live in was so small thinking. But the paralyzing fear of being labeled as someone who had a direct market product was paralyzing to me. And I thought about it, and I wish I would have recorded this video 2 weeks ago so that I could tell you the ping pong that was going around in my brain. Yes, no. Yes, this is great. No. Went along and in fact, it was overwhelming me with the decision of, could I do this or should I not? Should I do? And those were all my no's. In fact, I was no for so long. That was also a no because I'd already said no for so long. And so whenever I turned the corner and started to think, maybe I could do this, and I wanted to know more about it, I found out that that first of all, and even the financial risk was kind of a no for me because I run a small business. And so any money that's going out has to be incredibly intentional. A service that I do need, an advertisement that I have to get placed. So the thought of spending any money for like we'll see what happens, was also kind of like an up in the air. I don't know. Until I found out that the financial risk was virtually nothing. Your initial quote, registration into Synergence is $55. So $55 for you to either be a wholesale customer or a distributor. It doesn't matter. So your discount of purchase is based on the bulk in which you buy. So if you're a person that's only once in it, if you're thinking, I'm going to wear this stuff, I don't know if I want to sell it, but I mean, I'm already going to buy 5 or 6 tubes, so I might as well get it at 20% off. Awesome. The buy-in, like I said, the initial registration was $55, and even the initial suggested order was about $350. And so for $400, you could essentially start an entire side gig, an entire side job. And until I realized what the cost was for me to purchase lip sense and then the suggested retail to sell, the selling of one lip sense was more. I made more personally off one lip sense sale than I did an entire hour of working in a cosmetic freestanding store in the mall. And I had a college degree. I was, and I still made more in the sale of me personally, made more in one sale of lipstick than I did in an hour at the store, which means I could sell $300 worth of merchandise at the counter, and I still got my regular hourly wage versus I got to keep that entire profit, what I didn't actually obviously pay for the cost of the good. So that was encouraging. And the best encouraging part after that was to know that even if it didn't work for me, the company is so positive and so sure that you can succeed if you want to, that they will reimburse your initial application in fee and they will buy back your unopened stock. So if you get to a place and you think this actually wasn't for me, this wasn't what I thought I was going to get to do, they'll buy back your stock. And even more assuring than that, my upline said, you know what? Don't send it back to the company. I would rather buy it back from you because that means I have to wait less time to get it from the company because there's such a high demand for the product. I could get it faster from you. So you know what? Sign up if you want to, if that's something that sounds remotely appealing to you. And even if it doesn't, the company will reimburse you as a giant big safety net. But even so, I will. She said, I want your product if for whatever reason you decide not to do this. And so that was like a check in the yes mark of, okay, maybe this is more possible. And I really started coming around and thinking of people's opinions of me. And I thought, when does that matter? Like, why? Why am I doing things to not even really impress people I don't know? Why do I care? You know what? The people that I truly care about are the people that are going to be impacted by this decision, specifically financially. My immediate family, my son, my husband, our well-being does not hinge on the success of this Synergence trip. But it's an opportunity to advance what I was already making for this company. And so I'll tell you, I own a company called Meg Owen Events. It's a boutique event company here in Oklahoma City. I do a ton of weddings. I do a ton of birthday parties, anniversaries, and stuff like that. And I've started to add floral to my business. For me personally, I need more floral education in order to make that a viable service of our company. And there's an incredible workshop that I would love to go to in May. And I just don't have the capital in my small business account to make that an option. And so I thought, you know what? If there were ever an opportunity to see if this works, knowing that there's a safety net and knowing that I could even come up with the funds to go to this amazing floral workshop, so then I could benefit my actual business, like, okay, so check mark in the yes column again. And by that time, so here it comes back to the no of, I kept thinking, what could possibly be my reach? Like, what is there left? And, Melissa kept saying, you would be so shocked at your reach. You would be so shocked. And I said, Mel, we've gone to school together, college together. We worked at the same place. We go to the same church. We're in the same small group. We basically live in each other's house. Like, you really kind of don't get Melissa without like the Shannon and the Megan, or vice versa. And all three of us sell it. And I think, who do we not all know that's all connected? And she said, you'd be so surprised. And I will be darned if the day I announced that I wasn't doing it, my very first sweet customer was the woman that sits behind us at the football games that, of course, doesn't know Melissa. And one of my my former brides, not older, messaged me and said, tell me a little bit more about this. And she doesn't live in Oklahoma. So to reach already that has no crossover. And I was floored just by those two people. And, I was thinking back to the no of the thought of being direct sales, like gives me like the crawlies, and the thought of like approaching people. And I hate the word prospecting people. That like makes me want to crawl in my skin and die a little bit inside. And she just said, you have to do it your way. Do it what makes sense for you. It can be as overwhelming as you want it to be, or it can be as regular as you want it to be. And I kept thinking, no, but I need to do what they're asking to do. And she said, no, like, you do what makes sense for you. You sell it how you best sell it. And the reason why she's so successful is she's so authentic. She doesn't push it on anyone. She says, hey, this is what I'm wearing. If you like it, I've got it. If not, whatever. Oh, by the way, here's me and my kids. Her life is Lipsense and Synergence have kind of just weaved their way into their lives, and it's not a big sales push. I think people see her honesty and her vulnerability and her excitement towards the product and her honest, true use of it every day. And that's the people that want in and they say, whatever it is that you're doing, like, I really like how you're doing it. I want to be on your team. And that's honestly what put me over the edge. She is one of my closest friends. And for the first 30 days, like she said, in her first couple $1,000s of sales, none of those were to Shannon or I. Neither of them were to her best friend. All kind of reached out, never approached us, never physically asked us. She just kind of attracts people to her with her truly positive attitude and love for the product. And actually, I was so resistant on not even wearing Lipsense for so long, that I borrowed it for a photo shoot, I think a couple months ago. So mind you, I haven't even worn it for a super long time because I was still like, nope, everyone wears it. It's too popular. I don't want to do that. Borrowed it for a photo shoot because I knew I was going to be kissing on my son's cheeks in the photo shoot. And I didn't want to have big red lips, on my son in those pictures. So I picked it up on a Friday. We had to go to an OSU game on a Saturday. So I knew we were going to be at the tailgate at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I knew we were going to be watching the game all day and not get home till 11 o'clock. And I thought, okay, today sounds like a good day to try it out. If it works, okay, I'll think about it. And if not, well, then one less thing I have to worry about. I'll be darned if I didn't put it on at 8 o'clock and just kind of reapply the gloss at once or twice throughout the day to keep it nice and moist, and did it stay on all day. So at the end of the day, I was already eating crow, and I was thinking, oh, crap, like this is so good. And it stayed on, and I didn't have to worry about it. I put it on for the photo shoot, and those pictures that we took, well, granted, it kind of helps because I'm wearing a green shirt and I'm wearing blue-red, the same color I'm wearing right now, which are opposite colors of the color spectrum. So they're really, really popping red lips in those pictures. And I looked at those pictures and thought, shoot, now I'm going to have to buy it, and now I'm going to have to wear it, and now I'm going to have to tell everyone I was wrong. And that was just to even wear it. So like little baby Lip Sense Wearer finally came around and in November. And then Melissa started selling it in December. And she's been a really honest advocate of, let me tell you what I've been making. I want to tell you the honest amount of work that I put in, and this is the amount of success I've had out of it. Because I know that you're hearing these success stories of people that are saying, you know, I made $44,000 in my commission check, or I made $26,000 this month. And it's always like, you know, some people that know some people that know some people that have that, but it seems like not everyone knows the direct person's success. And so I think her vulnerability in saying, hey, I've only been doing this for 30 days and this is what I've gotten out of it in a true, honest way is what is attracting people to her. And so I think that's why this video is so important. And I wanted to serve as a virtual timestamp, if you will, as a person who originally said no, 100 times a year, 6 months before I ever said yes. A person that had so many no's, that needed so many more yeses to combat them. And as a person who has made currently one sale, I've sold one collection. I'm hoping to come revisit you guys here in a month or 3 months. And I hope I watch this video and I say, oh my gosh, you are not enthusiastic enough. You need to like amp up the crazy lady because this is what's possible. I'm just coming to you from zero, from ground zero to say, I just started it. This is why I said yes after a billion reasons of saying no. And my ultimate reason of saying yes was finding out that I could do it my own way. I could do it my own pace. I didn't have to do the same things that direct marketing people that you might have seen on Facebook do. And I did what resonated and what makes sense to me. I am an event coordinator and I used to be a freelance makeup artist. So now in my events, I'm mostly coordinating, designing, planning, doing the floral for it. So I don't have time to do the makeup at special events anymore. So I created a Facebook group and it's actually called the Gloss Boss if you want to go on and check it out. And I wanted to be able to give honest product reviews on other stuff too. I wanted people to come there and feel like I would give them my honest opinion on products that I have, products that I hate, stuff that I love, Synergents and other. I wanted them to come and hear a trusted voice from a person that was not going to try to be pushy on them, but to say, hey, I have this available. It's really worked on me. Here's some pictures. Here's some pictures on other people that you know, and hope that that really resonated with people. Same as I hope this video is doing. At first, when she was telling me, you know, you really just need to find your voice and what works for you. I thought, I don't know what that is. And if it didn't come to you right away, that's okay. I sat on it for a while, for a few weeks after I'd made my first initial order. And by the way, when I did that, I was still so hesitant that I kind of wanted to barf. Like after I hit submit, I thought, can we do this? Like, is this a good idea? And my shipment is supposed to arrive this week and it is going to be a good idea. Success or failure, I didn't want to be labeled a sucker, for having been reeled into a direct marketing company. But bigger than that, I didn't want to be the sucker that said no whenever everyone else was laughing their happy butts to the bank. Whenever everyone else was going to their floral workshops and they were updating their kitchens. Oh, by the by, we're sitting in my office right now. That's my son's slide over there. Oh, you don't have slides in your office? That's so weird. So one day maybe I'll get some doors for my office. I don't know. I didn't want to be the sucker that said no out of pride and out of my thought of what total strangers thought of me first. And so if this fails, I'm okay with that. And I asked Mackenzie, I said, babe, if for whatever reason I'm not as good as this as other people are, and it's not for me, do you think everyone will just forget that I ever did it? And he said, I think you run a pretty good risk of that happening. I think you're thinking that people think about you way more than you think they do. Well, let me say that again. You're thinking people, like you're making yourself the center of the story in their minds. They've got a billion different things to think about all day, and it's not you. And that's what I had to come to realize was that I could do it my own way. I could pitch or show off this product however made sense to me. And that's what I'm doing. So like I said, that Facebook group is called The Gloss Boss. And my name's Megan Owen. So if you want to come on and join us, you're more than welcome to. Just some other ideas. If you want to make it towards you, I know one of my former brides called me just to ask me about it. And she's a military wife, out on a base that they just moved to a couple months ago. And she said the same thing. I don't know what my story would be or who I would sell it to. And I said, you're in the perfect place. And in fact, I'll tell you this, if you do not live, even if you do live in Oklahoma or Texas or Utah, this totally applies to you. But if you do not live in Oklahoma, Texas, or Utah, and this phenomenon of makeup has not hit your state, I'm actually kind of jealous. I'm jealous that you have the opportunity to start on your ground floor and be one of the first people, because here's what's going to happen. So I'll just use a random state. We'll say Georgia. If you're in Georgia and very few people are distributing this product in Georgia and you start to get it, you invite all the girls over for pizza. You've got it sitting out on the table. You guys are watching a movie anyway, and you're saying, hey, I need you to try this on. I really want to see this color on a person, and I want to know what you think about it. They put it on. They're trying it on. You do the whole lip smudgy thing, the whole kiss the back of the hand, nothing's coming off thing, and they're like, this is incredible. They end up buying it, ending up using it and loving it. And then they think to themselves, well, I might as well either get the wholesale discount, or I guess I could sell it too. That's how it starts. That's how it starts. And if you're thinking you have crossover, their success is your success. My success with my one tiny sale helps me, and it also helps Melissa. She knows none of those people. And so the great thing about doing a business with your friends is you're help making them money too. And that was a part that I thought was so crazy awesome, that nothing that I could do anything I wanted to, which would help me, but it was also helping her. I was thinking to myself, I am a former collegiate pom girl, I guess, and cheerleader. And I was thinking, God, what I would have killed to have this on game day. There was a handful of time, plenty of times during the season where it was get up, homecoming, for instance, get up and be at a parade at 8 o'clock, go to the parade, go back and change, go to the court practice, maybe on the football field or on the basketball court, go do the walk, come back from the walk, stretch, warm up a dance, and then cheer a 4-hour football game, and the football game's done at 10 p.m. This would have stayed on all day long, and I would not have had to touch it up. I would have swiped some gloss on without a mirror every couple of hours and would have been money. I was using MAC's lip stain at the time, and that was about the closest thing I could maybe come up with. This isn't a lip stain, but I would have, oh my gosh, I would have forked over who knows how much money, well, as much money as I could have, I guess, in college, to have a product like this that would have stayed on all day. So if you're a collegiate cheerleader, if you're a collegiate pom girl, hello. How many people are on your team, and how many people are with you that have to cheer 8, 10, 12-hour days? Same goes for competitive cheerleading or competitive dance for that matter. I don't know how many costume changes I went through or how much makeup I ended up getting on costumes for dance. Like, how many times are you going to a convention or you're going to a competition and your kid's in 9 numbers, and how much easier would it be to throw this on them first and never worried about it for the rest of the day? And if you're thinking that's just me, how many other moms are at the studio doing the same thing at the gym or at the studio? So cheer and pom alone, your market options are humongous. If you're in drama, I don't know. I don't know if you change your lipstick out during scenes depending on your character. If you're thinking, yeah, if I'm doing back-to-back performances, that would be super sweet to have a product that was going to stay on the whole time and that was not going to mess up singing, dancing, wig changes, clothing changes, mic changes, whatever. If you're a college student and you can't be at a job 15 hours a week on a very certain time, you can do this from your computer, from your dorm room, from your house. The stock is small. It's just lip color. And you can do it as much or as little as you want to. You can, if it's getting overwhelming and you're like, I can't keep up with all these orders, that's whenever you kind of slow down. If you're thinking this is the best gig ever, keep ordering, keep selling. Like I said, I was a college graduate in 2009 in the middle of a pretty kind of crappy recession. And I tried to get every full-time job I could possibly get my hands on. Everyone was saying no, especially in the PR, marketing, ad world, no matter how good my internships were. And so I worked 3 part-time jobs. I was a substitute during the day, substitute teacher. I'm alternatively certified to teach English and journalism. I was a POM coach in the afternoon, and I worked at MAC Cosmetics at night. So if you're counting 1, 2, 3, well, 1, it would have been awesome to have this to go from 3 different jobs. But 2, I mean, if you're a person, and I made, like I said, me personally, you personally, not just me, would have the ability to make more on the sale of 1 lip sense than I would have an entire, more than an hour, multiple hours sometimes at some of those jobs. Same thing if you're a high school student, you do have to be 18 to sell it, so it'd be more of like a high school senior. And I was just thinking this, it would be an incredible even fundraiser. If you're going on a mission trip, if your sports team's going to some national or world's competition, and that is a boatload of cash up front, you don't have to sell this forever. There's no minimum purchase, put that in the yes column, no minimum purchase every month. And there's no rules that say you have to do it for 1 month, 3, 6, 12, make a career out of it, make a hobby out of it, make whatever you want out of it. Maybe you completely fund your mission trip. Maybe you completely fund your kids' nationals, and then you think, I'm done. Great. Like a little bit, a lot of it. You can order a ton of stock. You can order a little bit of stock. You can front load it all, meaning you can have it all with you to sell offhand. I will say that's the easiest way to probably do it. You can take orders. There's so many ways to do it and so many markets to do it. And like I said, if you're watching still and you're not in Oklahoma, Texas, or Utah, and Synergens is coming. That's the urgency part, is it's coming to you and it's coming to your state. And like I said, I'm kind of jealous of the opportunity of being one of the first people, or having the opportunity to be one of the first people. I am, like I said, not an early adopter. I'm a little late on the Oklahoma train, and there's still people that haven't heard about it here that love it. I haven't met hardly anyone that doesn't like it. And that's the part that's the best part. It's not a hard sell. You do the whole lip swiping, and you see a mom that's had a newborn that's already got lipstick all over her kid's head, and you show her, hey, this doesn't come off, and she's like, sold. You've got a mom whose toddlers loves to pull her hair. Like, I keep looking at my baby hairs back here because my son played with my hair just right now before he went to his nap. A kid who's in her face, touching her face 24/7, sold. It's not a hard sell by any means, and the fact that it has 70 colors and more, multiple 10s, 12s, however many glosses there are, the fact that you can layer the shades to make whatever color they don't have. And I say this, if you live in the South and Sonic is the fast food chain that's applicable to you, I was trying to explain it like Sonic, to where, I mean, there's this many colors and this many glosses, and the fact that all these can mix match, and you can mix match the glosses, the colors are kind of like the Sonic probabilities of all the different drink options. I don't even know it's that big of a number. You can dream it as big as you want to. Synergens has incredible opportunities, cars and trips, and I'm not even there yet. I'm not even to the point where I can dream that big. I'm just still in the floral workshop. I would love to go to this floral workshop, and honestly, I would kind of like some nice granite countertops for my kitchen, because that Formica has got to go. So I haven't even got to dream that big, but I'll tell you, the girl above me, whom I can say I do know, she's a real person, she's dreaming that big already, and she's been doing it for 40 days. At this point in time, the company is doubling in distributors within months. And if you can imagine being on the ground floor of some of those amazing companies that are multi-million, if not billion-dollar companies, what happens if you were number 70,000 and now there's 6 million of them? Think about how that feathers out to get up that, and you get commission for your lines. There's a great commission video that I will put the link to in the comments here that I've watched a couple times, because the commission feathering out, it's all the numbers, and while I love numbers, it makes my mind go, okay. But watching her do it makes that exponentially easier. So basically, the distributor number is low enough to where even if you feel like your area is saturated, you would be so surprised at your reach. If you're not here in the central southern U.S. and you want to be one of the very first people, like I said, it's an incredible product alone. And the best part is Synergens has about a billion other amazing products that I've watched people use videos on. And then I thought, crap, now I'm going to have to love those, and now I'm going to have to put those in my stock too, because I'm going to have to tell everyone else how awesome Shadow Sense is, and I haven't even used it yet, but it looks incredible. Lips alone, they've got a whole face that I haven't even got to try yet, and the lips alone are worth the sale and worth the weight in gold. Like I said, in fact, I went to lunch with my grandma today, and I had Blue Red on, and I told her about it, and I, kind of smeared it. She didn't strike me as a person who was going to use lip sense, but I went ahead and kind of told her about what I was doing anyway. And she was laughing as if it was like a magic trick. Like I had trick lipstick on, and she said, well, that's great. And I don't know. It just, the risk is so low. The fact that they give you a safety net of wanting to, or volunteering to even say, hey, if you don't like it, we'll buy it back. And the fact that your team members around you are saying, hey, we can't keep it in our hands fast enough. We want all your colors because, man, the demand of them is so high and our out of stock situation right now, we've got to wait so long for product. If you don't want it, give it to me. Like, I'll buy it from you. The fact that everyone is so confident and so uplifting about the whole thing, it made all of the no's turn out morph into yeses. So here's what I'm saying. I'm not asking you necessarily to jump on the train with me. If you can, I mean, amazing. If you've watched this and my honesty to you and telling you my hesitation about it first, if you find that to be an admirable quality and you think that that is something that you want to go forward and you want to be a part of, please, please, please. It will be so great. And if it's not, stick around. We'll revisit this, like I said, maybe in a month, maybe in a few months. I sure hope I have a commission check in hand the next time and I can tell you and rewatch this video and say, you were not near enthusiastic enough. You should have screamed it from the rooftops and not have been so reserved from it. But this is me coming to you as a person, as a starting video from zero success. I have had zero profit yet. And I want to tell you that I'm excited to see what happens. And if you have any interest in doing that too, I'm excited to see what happens for all of us. Like I said, there's no risk. And even if for whatever reason this doesn't turn out to be for you or for me, failure is a bruise, not a tattoo. So if for whatever reason you've tried other marketing companies or, you're not really sure, and even if for whatever reason it's not for you, it's just a bruise. Like, it's not a tattoo. And everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. And it's going to be great together. And so, like I said, just hanging out truthfully, honestly here in my office today. And I wanted to tell you all those hesitations because I want to remember in myself. Here's hoping that someday I get so fanatical, excited about this that I forget how hesitant I was and I can watch this video and think, there are people like you. There are people that are rolling around in the back of their mind and they're thinking, maybe yes, but I don't know. But who am I going to sell to? But I don't know. Do you. Make it fit you if that's what you want to do. If you're a party person, do parties. If you are a gal pal, just do you. Make it fit your life and sell it however you want to if you're already a LipSense user. If you've watched this whole video and you've never used LipSense and you're like, what the heck is she even talking about? Stay tuned. If I will try my best to put an application video on here and hopefully I can get them uploaded at the same time because I actually took one this morning. So I'm in the same clothes. So don't think I just wear the same outfit a bunch. Although I do wear a plaid shirt and a vest an awful lot. So, just call me Luke from Gilmore Girls, I guess. Anyway, this has taken a good sufficient time. If you are still watching, what is this, 33 minutes in? I so applaud your effort. I was going to do this as a Facebook Live, but I really wanted it to stand the test of time, and I wanted to refer people over to this site and not necessarily crowd up their feeds. So if they really wanted to go out of their way to listen to someone's honest opinions about hesitations and how I overcame them, and a success story, hopefully, from zero. This is not a person that says, I'm not a person that's saying, I'm already to this level. You could be me. You could be me because we are on the same level so far. Join me if you want to. Stick around if you want to. Like I said, the urgency factor is that it's coming. So might as well be on the ground floor of it wherever you are. With any months that passed, that many more people are signing up to distribute this incredible product and the rest of Synergence's products. The opportunity will always be there. It's whether or not you are confident enough to jump in now. And you don't even have to be, you can speak the truth even if your voice shakes. So you don't have to be incredibly confident to do it. You just have to say, I'm going to do it. Megan, I need some help. I don't know where to start. And I'm happy to kind of help you get the ball rolling. And I'm going to tell you, it will be overwhelming for a little bit. And just, it's a lot of information. But it will be great. It'll be great. It'll be great. We'll do it together and it'll be fun. If you've already got a current lip sync person that you're thinking about, I don't want to steal you away from them. But I'm so thankful that you've watched this video. I hope you found it refreshingly honest and candid. Like I said, I'm just sitting in my office, like literally sock-footed, hanging out, just chatting to all my friends here on the YouTubes. Just kidding. That's how my grandpa says it. You guys have an awesome, awesome day. By the time you see this won't matter. But if you watch it today on Wednesday, we are doing a brush tutorial tomorrow on the Gloss Boss. So even if you catch this video after January 25th of 2017, chances are it'll probably be somewhere on our feed. So if you're thinking, makeup brushes, I could know more about that. You could probably find our live, even if you don't catch it in time. So have an incredible, incredible day. Love you, and mwah, no lipstick on my fingers. Bye.